Hello my lovely angels, this is your girl Sim, back with another episode of the Sim Squad. Hi! I haven't filmed Fede perfumes in a very long time, and I had received these some time ago, and because I had taken a little hiatus with filming, I actually missed out on sharing these with you. It should have been shared last month, as a matter of fact. And a lot of you did request me for the Celeste range from Fede. So we have our Celeste Aqua, Celeste Joice, Celeste Toffee, and Celeste Fleur. One of them is like my favorite, obviously, from the four. But the other ones are also good. I'm just gonna let you know exactly how I feel, how they do in every weather, and in general if they resemble any other perfume that I am aware of. So let me start with the first one. I'm gonna start with something which I want to get out of the way because it's a pure gourmand, and that's the Celeste Toffee. This is inspired by Bianco Latte, but not an exact dupe, and I'll tell you why. First of all of these retail for around $21. They're like one of the most inexpensive perfumes you can find. That's because the Fede range from Khadlaj normally is one of the inexpensive perfumes. So that's a bottle, before I forget to show it. And all the bottles are the exact same. It's like stony. I don't know if you can see on screen or not. Now this one does resemble like Bianco Latte, but it's a very caramel concentrated version. Let's just call it that. So we have like Bianco Latte inspiration, so many of them, right? I think I personally have around 6 of them now, and I don't have all of them because I don't need all of them, but at least I have some that I can compare. Some were a little airy, some were a little fluffy, some were like caramel heavy. This is one of the caramel heavy ones. To my nose, it quite literally smells like caramel, vanilla, and honey in milk. But let's say the milk is less compared to the original Bianco Latte. The top notes for this are caramel and coffee, middle notes of tonka bean and milk, and the base notes of vanilla, honey, and white musk. This is a very mild, light, and soft caramel gourmand. And the coffee as well, I would say, is like, it's just a minuscule. The coffee is not really like the coffee beans or the coffee powder. This is more like the coffee was dissolved in milk, and I think it's a latte, right? Which is like very, very milky, the one I don't like. So the latte, it's more milky than the coffee. And again, even in that, like milk and coffee, that also is very, very less in comparison to the vanilla and caramel. So the coffee note is very, very toned down. As it dries down, it gets more and more lactonic. So if you're not very fond of lactonic scents, you're not going to like this one. I like lactonic scents, usually I don't. And when Bianco Latte was released, for some reason I was like, this is nice, this is new, this is nice, it's not making me very, very sick. But then the more I used it, I started feeling a little sickly. As usual, with all the milk perfumes, I have lactose intolerance. I don't like the smell of milk. I don't come anywhere close to boiling milk because that smell is just obnoxious to me. So obviously, even though I admire this perfume, it's like after some time, I just started feeling like, Plus, we started entering spring, summer in UAE, and now we are in full-blown summer. So obviously now it'll be a little nauseating to my nose. Once winter starts again, we'll start appreciating these fragrances more of gourmands, and thickly gourmands. This is like thick caramel gourmand. So think of a very, very caramelly version of Bianco Latte, and you have your Celeste Toffee. This is definitely feminine, fall, winter, no Middle Eastern vibe. I would say it projects 1 to 2 feet, and the longevity is 7 hours for sure. My rating for this is an 8 out of 10. It's nice, but like again, very, very seasonal. Like maybe in fall, winter, and also there will come a time where I'll have to declutter most of these gourmand ones, the Bianco Latte ones. Maybe keep 2 or 3 and then let go of the rest because they are just going to get spoiled, I do need to declutter. I'll either gift it to someone who likes it, or I don't know, I'll try to, we don't have Mercari or something. So even if we sell it over here, you sell it for like less than $8 to $10, So like, that really doesn't help, but at least you get some of your new perfumes gets funded. I'm being very honest with you, The celebrity I've chosen for this is Sabrina Carpenter. Someone mentioned in one of my previous videos, and now I'm just like, every time I smell a perfume that smells very, very gourmand, I'm like, Sabrina Carpenter, The color perception for this is beige, the temperature is neutral, and the presence is moderate. The next one is Celeste Joice, and we have the notes written over here. So the top notes are pear, orange, and strawberry. Heart notes of jasmine, rose, and praline with peach. And the base notes of vanilla, moss, ambergris, and sandalwood. And this one resembles a perfume I don't really like. That's the Burberry Her. Guys, there's some perfumes that I just will not like, yeah? And that DNA is one of them. Good Girl is another DNA I don't like. Delina is another DNA I don't like. So a lot of people get upset that I don't like these DNAs, but that's just my choice. And like, just try and be open-minded to understand that not everybody will like the perfumes you like, and you will not like the perfumes everybody else likes, yeah? So this one is very close to Burberry Her, slightly more variable version in my opinion. Why? Is because this is a little bit diluted. Again, retails for $21 for 100 ml. Now, it's not the exact same, yeah? This is a very effervescent, very bubbly version of the same. So yes, initially it'll like have you like, little bit, if you are like me and don't like the DNA of Burberry Her, initially it'll kind of choke you out. Now again, this is one of those perfumes that you spray in the corner of the room and you'll smell it all the way here, yeah? So you have to be very careful of how much you spray. Some people absolutely adore this fragrance, and they like it, they use it. So they're definitely a good choice for people who like this DNA. So the pear, orange, and strawberry. I do feel strawberry, but it's a very synthetic one. It almost smells like stationery. The rubber, the eraser, to use to erase pencils. That had a certain strawberry smell, and this is one of those. And it's so synthetic, and it's quite juvenile in my opinion. I don't smell pear and orange in this. If it's there, it's again present as a synthetic fruity note with strawberry being in the prominence. Then in the middle it says it has jasmine, rose, praline, and peach. For sure, I'm smelling some florals, but again, very, very synthetic. And in the dry down, you have vanilla, moss, and sandalwood, which is a saving grace, in my opinion, for the perfume. Because yes, it does get slightly vanillic. It does have that moss, which saves the day because it kind of like deviates from that sweet, fruity floral, which is synthetic, to something which has a little bit of grounding. So overall, it's just a very juvenile synthetic perfume to me, so, which is why I don't like it. And if you're already aware of my choice, you know that I don't like very, very juvenile smelling fragrances. Now, if you like the perfume, I appreciate you, go for it. If probably I will smell it on somebody else whose personality matches this perfume, I will admire it on them, but it's just not for me. Very, very feminine, all day spring, summer. There is no Middle Eastern vibe. Projection is around 2 feet with the longevity of 7 hours. My rating for this, I would say, is like a 6.5 to 7. I'll decide when I'm editing, right? And the celebrity I chose for this was literally Barbie. And then I thought of a celebrity, like who should I go for? And I thought of Margot Robbie, So it is definitely like a synthetic, and that is why you feel like there's a doll head or plasticky or a new toy kind of scent. The color perception for this is a pale pink. The temperature is neutral, and the presence is moderate. I'm saving the best for the last, just letting you know. So the next one is Celeste Aqua. This is the second last one. We just have 4 perfumes today, guys, instead of my usual 5. I don't like even numbers, right? So, but today I was forced to do an even number because I was trying to cover this range for you. So Celeste Aqua is supposedly similar, not really the same, but what was that? Neroli Portofino. It kind of smells like that. So it is a citrus aromatic, sorry. Again, oh yeah, this is also nice. I like this one. Okay, so this one is one of the ones I like, but I remember the Fleur was my favorite. This is a very, very old DNA, so it'll definitely smell like a blue perfume, but it'll old school, like a blue old school perfume. It's a very basic blue perfume. Top notes are grapefruit, lemon, and bergamot. Middle notes of jasmine, ginger, and melon. And then you have amber, cedarwood, sandalwood, and patchouli in the base. This is literally hello summer days in the pool kind of fragrance. That's why you say blue. It literally reminds me of the color of the swimming pool when they have that underlay, you call it, like, which is very bright and sea green kind. I'll try to put the right color for you in the color perception. It is fresh, it is aromatic, it is marine aquatic for sure, and ever so lightly woody as well. This is like the perfect recipe for summer. Like these kind of perfumes, it'll not go wrong. Although it's smelling a little dated, but it's a classic blue fragrance, you know? So who will not like it? I will tell you that this will be more suitable for men. I do think that this leans a little masculine. It's a little too blue. The good thing is it doesn't have lavender, it doesn't have apple. If one of the either notes were there, I would have probably felt this is a very, very masculine fragrance. But we don't have any of those. Weirdly enough, I do smell a little bit of lavender, although it's not listed. But I do feel like there's some sort of aromatic in the background. It's a very lavender sort of aromatic. So there might be like a hidden note. And by the way, they've listed patchouli over here, but it smells like moss to me. It's mossy, aquatic, pool, it's fresh, zesty. So Celeste Aqua lives up to its name. It's very, very aquatic and fresh. It's listed as unisex, but I do feel like this is quite masculine, at least in my books. You guys know I like unisex perfumes. I like some masculine fragrances as well. But when it comes to gym bro kind of fragrances or blue fragrances like this one, I would not personally wear it on myself, but Ali will rock this like absolutely fine. He's going to finish this bottle this summer for sure. Definitely spring summer, no Middle vibe. The projection is 2 to 3 feet. Longevity I would say is like 6 to 7 hours. My rating for this would be an 8 out of 10. I'm tempted to give it 9, but because it's so old school, I will give it an 8 out of 10. But it's a very nice, likable perfume. Like it's like no-brainer. Wear this, go out, you'll feel cool during the summer. You wear this to gym or you wear this to the pool. The celebrity I chose for this is Sam Claflin. I also feel like this fresh vibe from him. Like, I don't know. Like, look at him and you feel like pool fresh. I don't know. It's just, he just has this clean look about him. The color perception I already told you. It's a swimming pool blue. Temperature is cool and the presence is moderate again. Now, last but not the least is Celeste Fleur, which is my favorite. Although people say this smells like black opium, red over something, whatever it's called. I feel like it has a slight resemblance to La Nuit Tresor as well. Also like Poison Girl, you know, it's that genre of perfumes. So you have the top notes of blackcurrant, rum, hazelnut and pear. Middle notes of benzoin, myrrh, violet and softwood. And the base notes of cedarwood, caramel, musk and vanilla. That's the bottle. Even the bottle is the best one out of all of them. Like all the bottles are super cute. I tried to pick them up without dropping them. The moment I read the notes of this perfume before, you know, when she sent it to me, I had not opened it, and then I read the notes because I was very intrigued of what kind of perfumes these are, because I just assumed automatically that they will all smell like summer fragrances. Sorry, sometimes I lose my chain of thoughts. Chain of thoughts. This is a boozy berry cherry vanilla fragrance. If you know how black opium or red over or over red is either or how poison smells like, or how La Nuit Tresor smells like, it's all like a mixture and amalgamation of all those perfumes. It's definitely very berry cherry forward and also quite boozy, at least in the opening. But you have to wait for it to dry down a little bit. It's definitely quite femme fatale sorts, but in a very playful way. You know what's funny? That I'm also getting a bit of dark chocolate in this, which is also not listed over here. You know, I'm getting very tempted because I know, that's why La Nuit Tresor is coming to mind. I'm going to compare this to Modest Dough. One sec, yeah? Of late, I've had so many perfumes. See, even the bottle, the color is like similar, you know? So let me just see if it is remotely close to the Modest Dough. There's some similarity, but no. Maybe in the dry down it's similar, but it's not really like, but it's the same category. That's why I feel like I got like that little chocolate bits also, dark chocolate bits, because it's there in the Modest Dough. It's not exactly the same, but I would say it's the same genre of perfume. So if you like Modest Dough, you're gonna like the Celeste Fleur as well. You know, they smell syrupy without them being sticky. So the smell is syrupy, but the consistency is not syrupy. I hope it's making sense to you. To some people, Poison Girl smelled cough syrupy. And this also, to some extent, to some people it might smell cough syrupy, but that's the thing. Like cherry fragrances, the ones I don't like at all, like there was that Maillard cherry. After maceration also, no way. But this kind of smells like, if you go towards thinking, does it smell like cough syrup, you will get a slight resemblance to a particular cough syrup. But it's not really. It's like a femme fatale fragrance of berries and cherry, booziness, with woods, lots of woods and gourmand in the base. And that's about it. And The whole perfume is again quite synthetic. It's not realistic berries or realistic cherry, which is why it's going towards the cough syrup vibe. But for me, this is a 9 out of 10. I really like this perfume. This is one of those fragrances that I like because it's playful, it's not too serious, but it does smell very, very attractive. When you wear this, people will ask you what you're wearing. It will be, if not seductive, at least quite attractive to people. And also, the more it dries down, the woodier it gets, the more deeper it gets. And it's a deep, dark, seductive vibe of the perfume that gets me. It's traditionally feminine, no Middle Eastern vibe. I would say this is fall winter for sure, and preferably in the evenings. It's a very nice date night perfume. It's a third date perfume or the fifth date perfume, if you know what I mean, you know. The projection is 2 to 3 feet and the longevity is at least 7 hours. My rating, I already told you, it's 9 out of 10. And the celebrity I chose for this is a young version of the punk rock Winona Ryder. Think about how she used to look. This is very her vibe with the whole punk rock outfit. I'm going to try and find a picture of hers that like resonates with this perfume. And the color is also quite apt for this perfume. So my color perception is magenta. The temperature is neutral and the presence is moderate. So that's the entire review of the Celeste range. Finally, I did them, you know, for La Fede. So these two are not so favorites of mine, but of course the Bianco Latte, once I compare all the Bianco Latte versions, then I will decide whether I want to keep this amongst the 2 or 3 that I'm going to keep. Burberry Herb, no, that's not going to happen for me. But these two, Ali will definitely wear this and I will definitely wear this. So these two are clear winners in my books. Please let me know if you've tried any of these perfumes or any new ones from La Fede that I have not reviewed yet and you want me to try it, and let you know how they smell like. I am a little bit feeling overwhelmed with testing and trying new perfumes because, you know, I'm not being able to reuse some perfumes as much as I would like to use them, because I'm constantly trying on perfumes to check how they smell, to give you the exact, before I make the notes, I need to test it properly. So most of the time I'm just testing out new perfumes, and it's kind of taking the joy out of the process, you know. So yeah, I really hope I get time to wear perfumes. Like for example, this one. There was a time where you could see dents in my perfumes. Like off late, have you seen dents in my perfumes? It's because, you know, I'm just using them a couple of times and then it's like on my shelf, replaced by new ones, you know, which is not nice, like, which is not my that's not why I started the channel in the first place. So yeah, let's hope I go back to like my OG self and enjoy my perfumes, enjoy wearing them, and, you know, actually make dents in them and be happy that like this perfume actually made me this happy and I have a memory with that perfume, not like forgotten after you use it a couple of times and it's forgotten catching dust, you know what I mean? So let me stop ranting right now and show my appreciation that I am lucky to actually try out all these perfumes. I know that it's a dream for a lot of people to get to try all these new perfumes. I'm not being unappreciative. I do appreciate it, but it's just that I missed that part where I would use up a perfume a lot and get like very, like, it would become kind of my signature scent and all that. Now I don't have a signature scent anymore. It's very seasonal. It's very much like what's in and which one I like to wear and stuff. Okay, let me stop. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.